true androgen receptors blockers. Okay, in this video I will break down cleanly into true androgen receptors, antagonists, street functional androgen receptors, dampeners. Okay, so I will also address polyphenols and flavonoids because they have also certain impact. Okay, but let's start mechanistically with dampeners. Okay, so the problem is that, as you already know, DHT is really strong activator of androgen receptors. Okay, and these days, honestly, I don't know every reason. Okay, but most guys, their DHT levels is very low. Okay, if your DHT levels is over 70, 100 nanogram per deciliter, you are quite safe. Okay, but under this level, okay, so you are losing this ability of your body to respond to testosterone. Okay, so I have created school community where I show you all protocols on how to restart androgen receptors. You will find the link under this video. Okay, so let's get to the main points. Okay, of this video. Okay, so first thing, mechanistical thing is you need to restart DHT. Okay, DHT is 10 times stronger activating androgen receptors than, for example, testosterone. Okay, so we have also other things like membrane androgen receptors, but for transcriptional activity of androgen receptors, we need DHT. Okay, DHT binding to androgen receptors. Okay, and so affecting the genes and so on. Okay, so this is the first thing. Mechanistically, everything that is blocking DHT, okay, it can be finasteride, dutasteride, okay, so even natural things, okay, can block. I will talk about later, okay, but even many natural things can really do harm by lowering DHT. Okay, we need, as a male, we need DHT. Okay, just testosterone is not enough. Okay, and of course afterwards the activation DHT androgen receptors. Okay, let's talk about true androgen receptors blockers for a minute. Okay, so these are direct antagonists. Okay, so the first one you probably know already, ketoconazole. Okay, so it also inhibits steroidogenesis. I did the mistake and I took it for a few years, also using shampoo and so on. So I completely messed up my hormones. Okay, I was able to restart the steroidogenesis lately, and yeah, it feels good to be back again. Okay, so also we have things like spironolactone. Okay, so we have flutamide, okay, bicalutamide. Okay, these are the pharmaceutical that act directly on androgen receptors and signaling. Okay, so we have also strong natural androgen receptors antagonists or suppressors. Okay, so for example, saw palmetto. Yeah, so it's quite strong 505 reductase inhibitor and weak androgen receptor inhibitor. Okay, so another thing, honestly, for some cases, reishi is not bad, but it should be really really hard case like cancer. Okay, so reishi or Ganoderma lucidum, it's one of the strongest natural anti-androgen. Okay, so I talked with one biohacker and he told me he's not afraid of natural inhibitors. Okay, so guys, I've seen blood tests of guys on saw palmetto, astaxanthin, reishi, high dose curcumin. Okay, so all these can mess you up at the level of pharmaceutical. Okay, so be careful, especially when your DHT is already low, because when your DHT is like 150, then okay, you can try to experiment with something. Okay, but if your DHT is like some of my clients, okay, recently I had a PFS client, okay, and he was getting better, and he decided to use ChatGPT to fix something, okay? And he started to use things according to ChatGPT, and suddenly he had a problem, okay? And he came to me. I I look at the things for free, just to help him, okay? Because Christmas is coming, okay? I don't do this for everyone because honestly I'm overwhelmed right now. So, and I find out that his DHT is 50% less than it was like 3 months ago, okay? So you need to understand that, okay? So saw palmetto, reishi, green tea extract. You can drink green tea from time to time. I'm not a big fan of like black tea or green tea. My whole my whole puberty I was drinking shit ton of black tea, okay? Generally it's also not that good, okay? So but green tea extract, especially high dose, okay, it lowers androgen receptor expression, DHT signaling, and can raise SHBG, okay. So also the same for curcumin, okay. So yeah, so it lowers androgen receptor transcription, it lowers 5-alpha reductase enzyme, okay. I've seen it in blood tests, guys, okay. There is also some research and so on, okay. So licorice can block or lower testosterone synthesis, okay. Soy to some degree, yes, not all soy is the same, okay, but to some degrees also, yeah. So polyphenols and flavonoids, okay. So apigenin, okay. So I have no problem if you drink chamomile tea or something, okay? I regularly do it, okay, because I like it, it's calming, okay, so it's a good thing, but if you really do like high dose apigenin, okay, it will be mild, but it will be androgen receptor downregulation. You need to understand what is your condition, because if you are in top state, okay, and on top of that you will just take from time to time apigenin, then it's okay. But if you are completely messed up when your DHT is low and so on, and on top of that you use things like apigenin, you have a problem, okay. You use, for example, berberine, you are completely messed up, okay. So you really need to understand berberine lowers 5-alpha reductase activity, lowers DHT signaling, okay. So can have some positive metabolic effect, okay. Berberine is only as a specific use for a case like severe insulin resistance, okay. So PCOC like androgen excess in women, okay, or short metabolic reset, okay. So it should not be taken long term, yeah. So in PFS, ED man usually worsen libido, berberine, okay. So I already talked about AGCG, okay, a green tea extract, high dose extract is not good. Also the problem with resveratrol, okay, so the same quercetin, okay. So you really need to understand that dose is the poison, okay. Sometimes it's not always logical, because sometimes from some herbs and supplementation you need higher dose and sometimes you need lower dose, okay. So therefore there are coaches like me, and if you need my help you will find a link for coaching or for my community, okay. So think about it next time when you try new supplement that can have effect on your male hormone. And the best thing you can do, you should not go to ChatGPT and look after some tips, okay, because is ChatGPT helpful? Yes, to some extent, if you understand mechanism behind everything, okay, so then it can help you. But if you are a newbie, if you don't have a lot of information, if your ChatGPT is not fed with the right type of information, you will mostly get harmful information, okay. Let me know what you think, guys.